Hi everyone, I'm Mercedes and thanks again for joining me today for another recycling project. Well, if you joined us in segment 1, then you actually did the tie-dye knotting technique, and here we are in segment 2 where we're actually going to dye the fabric. So I'm going to step out of the frame. Now I'm going to pull this up to show you what actually happened when we unrolled our stripe. Now don't get concerned if you see any other fabric dye colors, because remember we're going to be doing 3 colors on these tops and on our fabric scraps. Now I actually wanted very wide stripes, so I'm hoping that you can actually see the color through here, and then as I go up along my sleeve, here comes the other stripe, and then I decided to start inserting my second color. So I'm actually going to do this on camera with you, and I would definitely not advise for you to be lifting up these canisters. It's just that I definitely want to do this on camera with you. Now remember the key to this tie-dye technique. Everything has to do with time. Now, I strongly would suggest that you do not walk away from your project, that you definitely start working with 3-minute intervals. And now the key of this is also to continuously be rinsing out the dye. Be rinsing out the dye. Now, why is that? Because actually, it's so difficult when this fabric is actually wet to unroll and then see if the stripes are starting to form, that it's easier for you to actually start gingerly opening up. And if you can see this on camera, I'm going to try to come in close. I'm hoping the light is not going to ruin it to you. Here's the actual original color, and this is where the stripe is starting to form. Now I'm going to actually open one up that's finished, and here is my finished product that I definitely wanted this wide stripe from my original color, and I ended up inserting another stripe in a second color, and then I saturated the balance in this beautiful jewel tone. Now what I did here is that I definitely wanted to do some subtle stripes. This fabric is wet, so it's very difficult to see the stripes until this is actually dry. Now I'm going to actually open this one up, and always remember that while you're actually doing this, please remember to have some protective clothing. If you're living in a part of the country where it's actually starting to get a little cool, then I would definitely suggest that you get some fans going if you're going to do this in the basement, at least something that's a little bit well ventilated. Now this is just the corner from my fabric scraps, and if you could see, I wanted the stripes here to be a little bit tighter. So here we are, stripe number 1, stripe number 2, and they're actually a little wider, but I would have to continue re-dipping this into my dye until I'm actually satisfied with the color. Now remember, once you start doing this process, your latex gloves, anything that you touch is actually going to rub off on the fabric. So definitely keep in mind to pick the 3 or 2 colors that you want to use into your design before you start dipping this fabric, just to avoid any mishaps. And here we are. This is one of my final products coming to life. I definitely wanted to do my stripe formation here, and it's going up the sleeve. And again, remember, this is just scrap, so don't get nervous if you see any of the blotches, because you're actually going to be a little bit more careful than I am. I'm just doing this for the demonstration. You can actually see the pink, the original color, and then this beautiful rich blue tone. And you would continue doing this process until you've actually finished doing all of your stripes down your sleeve. And basically, that's it. Now I'm going to attempt to open up one. And again, remember, the whole key to this is to continuously be rinsing out your fabric. Rinse out your fabric. And let's see what happens. This was not enough time into the phase, but if you can notice, we're actually starting to see the next developing of the fabric here on camera. Well, basically, that's it. You're going to keep repeating the process until you're actually happy with what it is that you see. And always remember, do not unravel the fabric until you're actually happy with the tone that you've achieved. Well, thanks again for joining me, because I hope to see you again very, very soon for some more eco-crafting ideas prior to the holidays. So thanks again. Always remember to recycle, continue to recreate, and continue to reinvent you, because you're worth it. Thanks again, and I hope to see you again very, very soon. Take care.